I'm performing wizard tricks. Shoots you with a real gun, but in a wizardly way. A great white shark, but the size of a cat, and with puppy teeth, unable to cause any damage, and moves by dragging itself across the ground. Makes for a great pet. Pat pat. The Pacific Ocean is wider than the moon. Anyway, how's your day going? Dip moon like cookie. Maximum Pacific Ocean depth equals 11 kilometers. Moon diameter equals 3400 kilometers. So yeah, no dip. The trans flag needs some sick flame decals and a skeleton on a motorcycle. Ride or die. I know that the word recess probably means something different in the adult world, but it's still very funny to see the headline. Congress takes a recess in the middle of COVID relief discussion. Ted Cruz runs around outside on the courtyard, pretending to be his warrior cat soxed on a paw, and hissing at any nearby Democrats. Older forms of English kept Latin's gender-specific suffixes. Tor and trix. Tor is for men, and trix is for women. So, a male pilot is an aviator, a female pilot is an aviatrix. A male fighter is a gladiator, a female fighter is a gladiatrix. This contrasts with the modern system, where Tor is for both men and women, and tricks are for kids. You come into my house. The Tumblr app keeps trying to get me to join a group chat, whose splash image is a Twinkie panda boy in an artsy uniform, and I cannot adequately express how little I want to do that. I don't play Assassin's Creed, but is this like the entire plotline or something? This is literally all you do in the game. Blind people have a hard time drawing because they interpret the world as three-dimensional and struggle to portray it as two-dimensional. And here I am, an idiot, thinking it's because they can't see. No reason for y'all to hate raccoons. They're just tiny dogs in need of a loving and caring home. Dogs don't have hands. I don't get people like Bezos. If I had billions of dollars, I would impulsively start fixing homeless vets? I don't think so. Hungry children? Not on my watch. He could be Batman. What a waste. If you're the kind of person who would do that, you never become Bezos in the first place. My dad owned a business my whole life. It was profitable, but it didn't expand. I asked him once why he never grew it, and he said it's nearly impossible without climbing on someone's back. Your vendors, your customers, your employees. Particularly that last one. You don't wait until your business is big to be a good human being. The very first time you have to choose between your own profit and your employees' health insurance, you choose the later. You give maternity leave, even though the government doesn't make you. You dock your own salary to not lay people off during a recession. You have adequate staffing and reliable hours. Anybody who says you can't run a retail business on a normal, reasonable, predictable schedule you know in advance is full of sh*. My dad did it for 35 years. Always have one more person than you think you need, and 98% of your staffing problems vanish. It's just not maximum profit. If you don't prioritize extracting profit from every corner of your business, you never become rich enough to give billions away. One of the things my father is proud of is that by the time he retired, they hadn't needed to take a help wanted ad in 30 years. Turnover was low, and when a spot opened, referrals filled it. Me, talking to a man. I know, yeah, I know, I'm aware, yes, I already know that. Pressing B to skip dialogue. When I was a freshman, our as name was Hunter, but he was vegan, so we ended up nicknaming him Gatherer, and I still haven't gotten over that. LMAO. During high school, some of us German students went on this exchange trip to Europe. One of the kids in our group was named Miles, and so we decided to call him Kilometers while we were staying in Europe. Cashier. I'm sorry, it's going to be a 5-minute wait for your food. Old people, let me speak to your manager. This never would have happened in my day, and yet you all want the minimum wage raised. I'm going to kill you. Cashier. I'm sorry, it's going to be a 5-minute wait for your food. Millennials. Okay, my apologies. I apologize for the inconvenience. I'm sorry I'm here. Me, walking into a store. Are you guys busy? I can come back later. Please don't push yourselves on my account. Things happen. Had a baby boomer in front of me at the Dairy Queen. She insisted she was a Blizzard expert, and there was simply not enough chocolate pieces in her Blizzard, and she wanted to complain to whoever is in charge. She's going on and on with this teenager. The teenager is calmly explaining they make them all the same, etc procedure etc etc. But this woman is now yelling at the teen. So I walk past the woman and put money in teen's tip jar. Haven't even gotten ice cream yet. Woman looks at me, turns back, and yells some more with the teen. I put more money in the tip jar. The teen smiles at me. The woman can't think of what to say to me and stops yelling because I'm looking at her dead in the eye, like, ATM is over there, I can go all night. The more you yell at her, the more money she makes. Aggressive generosity to combat boomer selfishness is so punk. Weaponize compassion. This randomly landed on our porch last night after a storm. This is a no man. Get off the counter. I ain't telling him, you tell him. Hold spray bottle in a very shaky hand. Did you call Undertale a webcomic? Sir, I haven't read it. I think you got Homestuck and Undertale confused. Why would I have seen the sequel if I never watched the original? Hell propaganda offers you an evil retirement plan and extremely good evil workplace benefits. But do you offer evil dental? Hell propaganda. Of course. I said it was extremely good evil workplace benefits, and that is the bare minimum SMH. All of my henchmen have dental. If some hero comes in and punches one of your teeth out while you're guarding my lair or any of its many nefarious secrets, I will ensure you get seen by one of the finest dentists money can buy. Excellent. I look forward to working with your evil team and being a part of your nefarious schemes and plots. Hell propaganda. Thank you. I'm overthrowing God. When you have to make your own food and you've been watching too much Food Network lately, what you have before you are deconstructed: rustic chicken breast fritters coated lightly in breadcrumbs and toasted until crisp and golden. The sauce is a tomato, Worcestershire, and vinegar reduction, with the vinegar for some brightness and some brown sugar for sweetness to offset the umami of the chicken. When I'm with him, I have impure thoughts. I really want to cuddle and hold hands and stuff. I bet you want to be called by your first name too, you thirsty prostitute. Just realized, cowboys go yee-haw and ninjas go hee-yaw. I missed 10 seconds ago when I didn't know this thing existed. Treatment resistant depression. Oh, do you mean continued unhealthy circumstances? Takes pills. Wait, why am I still not okay with living in a system that's openly hostile to human life and happiness? Must be a real bad illness, huh? Hey girls, what's up? What's the hot gossip? What's new? What's the 411? Everything is bad and getting worse by the day. My favorite misunderstanding I've had to clear up so far was a Japanese person asking me about the word F. Because apparently, someone had told him, if you said F in America, that he might be killed on the spot, which I think is the funniest lie that I've ever heard. Damn, how brave was he feeling when he asked you that? When you think about it, fish are problematic because they pioneered evolution, and that led to the suffering of mankind. If you think about it, fish are responsible for Has-Been Hotel and both world wars. I was a professional juggler for like 5 years, and all of my friends politely pretend it never happened. Sometimes I will be holding 3 or more similarly sized objects, and they will all shoot me the kind of warning glances typically reserved for cats who are about to swipe a fresh and crispy fish stick from a small child's hand. I gaze wistfully at a basket of apples, and they all think, don't you fking dare, so hard that I take psychic damage. Bottled water, and what? And a nervous breakdown in aisle 11. Floor soup is on the menu again tonight, fellas. Drags my spoon across the floor. I hate this fucking restaurant. Why do we always eat here? That trope of the, like, all-purpose scientist can be annoying, but also sometimes it's very fun. If it's in character, that they would just study everything. Like, sometimes it's suspendably believable. Sometimes a character is like, I'm a scientist, and they're like, okay, cool, what's your field? And they're like, yes, and I can just accept this, because they're like that. If you have an all-purpose scientist character, you need to have a scene where they count their PhDs on their fingers. Highlight the absurdity of this person, knowing f***ing everything. It's funny, let Dr. Science be funny, have other academics look at them like, what the F? What the F?